Hello, I'm Louis.
And I'm Charlie.
We're brothers.
Having a brother is great. You get to do all sorts of fun things with them, and they're your best friend forever.
We also have a younger brother.
Younger brothers can be really
weird,
different. Tonight's story is all about having a younger brother. His name is Arthur Cooper. Arthur has incredible adventures in northwest London. Do you live in northwest London? We do. This story is called Arthur Cooper Becomes a Man.
Arthur Cooper was not a typical boy. For a start, he was obsessed with the TV show Friends. It's a show normally preferred by girls. Do you like girls? We do.
Arthur found that if he liked something, he needed to know everything about it. Growing up, he was always obsessed with something. Like when he was 9 years old, he became fanatical about Pokemon characters. I know the characteristic data for over 700 different Pokemon characters, he said. Ooh, I said, that will come in handy when you start to date girls. Girls love that kind of stuff, I replied.
Are you a girl? Do you love that kind of stuff? I bet you do. Arthur also loved food, especially sushi and chicken wings from Domino's. He'd often treat himself after a hard day at school by sneaking off to Domino's. Mostly though, Arthur liked to eat healthily. We like to eat healthily too, don't we, Charlie? Arthur likes to snack on vegetables like carrots, celery and cucumber. He even loves broccoli and Brussels sprouts. In fact, he likes almost everything except raw tomatoes. He hated raw tomatoes. Do you like raw tomatoes? Do you? I don't really care. But someone that would care and knows all about his eating habits is Nathan Diamond.
Arthur and I both love sushi and anything Japanese. In fact, whenever I'm at his house, it's a tradition to go out to lunch to eat sushi. At my 10th birthday, we went out for Japanese, and Arthur was very keen to kiss the fish on the wall. He loves all things Japanese, apart from the cars. He prefers Italians, as you can see.
So now you get an idea of the sort of boy that Arthur is. He also likes words. Words that aren't traditionally used by boys of his age outside the Victorian era. I'm feeling completely discombobulated, he would say. Your suggestion for bedtime is completely unfathomable and utterly ludicrous. Are just the sort of things that you'd hear if you lived with Arthur. Do you live with Arthur?
We do.
Which is why we like to exert our authority, as Jacob Davis knows only too well.
When I'm at school with Arthur, sometimes he runs off in a completely separate direction. He calls this the scenic route, but we all know it's really the safe route, so he doesn't get a beating from Louis or Charlie. The Cooper family have a WhatsApp chat called the Cooper family minus Arthur, which is weird, because Arthur's had a phone for nearly 2 years now and he's still not been added.
Arthur's adventures have taken place all over the world. One day, he was in Miami, and whilst having an argument with you, Charlie, he sliced the end of his finger off with a penknife.
Penknives are very dangerous, aren't they? Arthur learned a very important lesson that day, didn't he? He should never play with knives. Or start arguments with me.
We ended up in A&E. Arthur is silly, isn't he?
Yes, he is. One day, he was in the Bahamas and went diving for sharks.
Sharks are very dangerous, aren't they? Do you like sharks? You have to be very brave to go diving for sharks, especially in a country with questionable health and safety standards.
Yes, Arthur was being very brave, particularly for a boy who wouldn't go anywhere without a fluffy bunny called Bunny. While hunting for sharks, Arthur dived to over 100 feet, got vertigo, and nearly passed out. Have you ever passed out 100 foot underwater? Of course you haven't, because you don't go diving for sharks, do you? Of course you don't, why would you?
But there are always fun and exciting stories surrounding Arthur. Would you like to hear another one? You would? Well, listen very carefully to this.
Arthur, he's a bit of an enigma. He's quaint, old-fashioned, but very much up to date with today's technologies.
He didn't actually like being a baby, Arthur. He should have been born at the age of 30. I remember I used to go upstairs to change his nappy, put him on the changing mat. He used to kick me in the stomach quite hard, and then he'd laugh.
I've really enjoyed teaching Arthur his bar mitzvah. We've had our highs, we've had our lows. There's one incident that sticks in my mind, is when I told him to go back and do a piece again because it wasn't good enough. I'm not doing it, he said. He did apologise afterwards.
Mazel tov, Arthur, on your big day. We love you and we can't wait to see what you've got in store for us next.
We haven't told them the best story yet. Would you like to hear it? You would? Okay. There was a time in Hong Kong when Arthur became lost in a Buddhist temple. He became frightened and worried.
I'm frightened and worried, he said.
Eventually, Arthur was found being looked after by a couple of orange-robed monks who had begun preparing him for the monastic life.
Damn, so close.
Once you travel with Arthur, you never forget the experience.
This is Forbidden Planet, one of Arthur's favourite shops in London. It contains manga, comics and figures. On my birthday after skate camp, we came here. I must tell you a funny story about skate camp. While on skate camp, me and Arthur were in a complete mess. As a punishment for not doing the correct thing, we were tied to a tree.
But some of Arthur's adventures happened closer to home. One day, when he was just 11 years old, he was told to get the tube to Oxford Circus to meet his mum. What could possibly go wrong?
Did he get on the wrong train?
No.
Did he go to the wrong station?
No.
Did he not realise that there was an anti-Trump march on that day and he arrived at Oxford Circus with over 300,000 demonstrators?
Yes, and he was completely unfazed by it. He is quite impressive sometimes, isn't he? Well, our grandparents also think so.
Well, here we are again at another fabulous Cooper bar mitzvah, the last in the trio, and the star of our show, Arthur Cooper.
Arthur, we were so proud of you in shul yesterday, the way you performed your bar mitzvah.
Arthur, you did so well. Many congratulations. Mazel tov to Katie and Marcus and all the family. We are so delighted to be here. Have a wonderful evening. Barbara and Alan love you very much. Cheers.
Arthur, have a great evening. We love you. Yippee!
We are learning a lot about Arthur tonight, aren't we? But there's still so much more. Arthur loved going to school. He went to a school called UCS. Arthur is quite an unusual pupil, as he's the only student who comes out of school looking completely immaculate. All the other pupils are a scruffy mess, but not Arthur. He never has a hair out of place.
Are you a scruffy mess? No? Well, nip to the bathroom after this speech and have a check in the mirror. I think you'll be surprised.
But at school, Arthur works very hard and never, ever, ever does anything wrong.
He was like that at home, wasn't he? He never does anything wrong, does he? And it's always the fault of his nasty older brothers, isn't it?
Like when he disturbs everyone by watching loud and annoying anime films on his mobile phone. That's not his fault, is it? No, of course not.
And when he asks the same question over and over again, that's not annoying at all, is it? No, of course not. But some people know the truth.
During the 9 years that I've known him for, I've had so many memories with Arthur, it's hard to pick just one. But I can definitely demonstrate his passion for food. Once after school, I had a singing lesson, and whilst waiting for me to finish because I was going home with Arthur, he decided to order some chicken wings, which is fine. But then he lets me know that they've arrived and calls me 19 times in the space of 5 minutes. I was using my phone for the written music at the time with my singing teacher, and confused, he said, and I quote, "At this rate, your friend will be facing harassment charges." I was then asked to temporarily block Arthur in fear of more calls, but not once did Arthur think to text me instead. After I finished the lesson, obviously it must be important, so I ran outside to check what was happening. There I saw Arthur, face painted with barbecue sauce, devouring the chicken wings. His first words to me were, Thank God you're here. I was so scared I'd have to eat all 30 by myself. And then we ate until we had indigestion. It's a good job we had eaten though, because on the way back to his house, Arthur managed to get us lost. He may have hundreds of good qualities, but navigation is not one of them. Maybe one day he'll own one of these, but it better come with a sat-nav.
Arthur was also very smart and liked to know the ins and outs of everything. If he became interested in it, he would research everything he could find out about it. From Apple products to Audi RS cars, from dogs to ice cream options at the Colony Grill, he would always do his research.
And that's why we did our research on him, didn't we? Yes, we did. And we found out this.
Arthur. It's a well-known fact that every Jewish boy thinks his mother makes the best chicken soup.
Not you, though. You think that everybody else's chicken soup is better than mine, even Harry Morgan's.
Now, to keep up with your insatiable appetite for chicken soup, I've had to lend a hand making it, and it's going pretty well, don't you think?
Mine's better.
Arthur, you've absolutely excelled yourself this weekend. We are all so proud of you. Mazel tov, we love you, have a great night.
Arthur, you've done brilliantly. Mazel tov, my darling, we love you.
Well, Arthur is now 13 years old. He's considered a man now, which is hilarious. But it does mean that the story of Arthur is nearly at an end. Did you enjoy that? We did.
But before you go, we need to do one more thing. We need to wish Arthur a big mazel tov. Will you do it with us? You will? Great.
Are you ready? Let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mazel tov. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Arthur, I don't have a memory before meeting you, and I'm so glad that's the case. Your company's always in high demand, and you're so kind, loyal, and always making people laugh. We love you so much.
Hey Arthur, great job in shul. Fab party. Mazel tov to you and your family. Right, sushi.
Arthur, I hope you have a great night. And thank you for supporting me and helping me through when I didn't have any friends just after I moved from Australia. You definitely deserve this party and I love you.
Huge mazel tov on your bar mitzvah. Now all that hard work has paid off. Now you can officially call yourself a frummer. Shalom.
And by the way, Arthur, if you've got any time this evening, could you pop over and help me with my mobile? It's packed up again.
I'm really going to miss our bar mitzvah lessons, Arthur, but I will still come and pick you up from school on a Thursday, bring you back to Finchley for Nana's sausage tray bake, but no more bar mitzvah lessons.
Hey, yo, what's up, Arthur? What's up? How you doing, man? Hey, I know you love cars. I love cars too. And tonight is your big night. I hope you're having a great time and a big congratulations on your bar mitzvah. Big up Arthur Cooper. Signing out, your boy.